NBC News in depth tonight, rebuilding Iraq after Saddam Hussein. There was a grim prediction today from Ambassador Paul Bremer, America's man in charge there. He warned that guerrilla-style attacks on Americans are likely to increase in the next few months, the closer the Iraqi people get toward taking control of their own country. And that country can look very different right now, depending on where you look. We have an in-depth tale of two different cities tonight, post-Saddam. One struggling, the other succeeding. We begin with NBC's James Hattori in a troubled neighborhood in Baghdad.
It's perhaps just a dozen blocks in central Baghdad, but Bedouin spans some of the meanest streets around. A poor working-class neighborhood teeming with immigrants and struggling families, many afraid to turn their backs.
Criminal, and they are drinkers, all of them, and they have a gun.
On Sunday, Layla Adel Ades was nearly assaulted by a taxi driver, but every day she worries about her children's safety.
I have children in a school. I can't take them to the school because it's dangerous. Some of them, always they are putting a bomb or anything in the school.
Even under Saddam, Bedouin was a notorious high-crime area, but locals say it's gotten worse, becoming a haven for drugs, prostitution, and street gangs. Police insist they now have it under control, though concede they are ill-equipped and outmanned. But tonight, local Iraqi police got some major reinforcements. Units of the 136 Infantry, 1st Brigade, 1st Armored Division, cordoning off the area, staging a surprise raid in Bedouin. 200 troops searching for weapons that could be used in street crimes and anti-coalition attacks. A makeshift strategy until the Iraqis mount their own security.
Most of them are very happy that there's a lot of soldiers in their area trying to get rid of the criminals.
If only they could get rid of their other problems, like sewage backups creating open cesspools, electricity outages, 4 days this week alone, and repairmen who, say residents, demand bribes. Where do you live? Longtime resident Abdul Rahman Dawood says many Iraqis don't trust the local council set up by the U.S.-led coalition to address those issues, but Layla Ades says it is Iraqis who must be accountable to themselves.
Freedom, I must be good with the people. I must help my neighbors. I must have education.
Freedom to try and better their lives. James Hattori, NBC News, Baghdad.
This is Jim Masada in Hilla, a mostly Shiite town of over 200,000 in central Iraq. Its roots date back to ancient Babylon. Under Saddam Hussein, Hilla suffered from neglect and the brutal purges of Shiites. Some of their remains were found in Iraq's largest mass grave, uncovered in May. But today, Hilla is a town reborn and rebuilt in the midst of a construction boom. And here's why. Hilla's hands-on governor, Iskander Witwit. He's slashed brick and cement prices to encourage building. One of dozens of his ideas to create jobs and dreams. Hilla will be one of Iraq's most important cities, he says. He's hired 4,000 street cleaners at $3 a day. That's 50 times better pay than under the old regime. He has also fixed power and water plants and brought new fire trucks from France. Things are so good in Hilla that Iraqis like Haider, an engineer back in Baghdad, have left the bombs and the chaos and moved here to start a new life.
I'm very happy to live here. I'm very happy.
Hilla has in many ways become Iraq's success story, leaving other towns far behind. And if you ask people here what's made the difference, they'll often tell you that it comes down to law and order. Something this governor takes very seriously. A former Air Force colonel, Witwit was one of Iraq's first officials to crack down on Saddam loyalists in his police force. His top priority, making Hilla safe. We have a proverb in Hilla, he says, give me security, not bread.
You are building the new Iraq.
The U.S.-led coalition is betting on Hilla's future. Earlier this week, it handed over $200,000 in cash to finance 6 new town projects, irrigation pumps, and a trade school, because it trusts the governor.
He is, at the same time, very conscientious of the need to cement in rule of law.
Haider, like his daughter, still misses Baghdad and hopes someday, after the conflict is over, to return there. But for now, Hilla looks like an oasis of peace and prosperity. Jim Masada, NBC News, Hilla.